Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another fabulous episode of Friday Ramblings. I'm here, as always, to present to you a little slice of my brain and my life. Now, today's going to be a little bit different. We're going to take a step away from our usual pop culture discussions because I kind of want to lay some things out about the channel. This being, of course, Roulette Productions. Now, I'm doing this because things have been coming to light recently about stuff that other YouTubers are doing in the name of driving up views and subscriptions, and thus making more money off YouTube, as due to the fact that it is theoretically possible to, if you monetize your videos, make enough money off YouTube that you can live a semi-decent life without having to have any other form of job or incoming income. Yeah, there's a fun phrase. There is rapidly accumulating a whole group of people that will do anything to get their channel's attention, to the point of, well, as in the case of the story I read this morning that inspired this particular blog entry, doing things that result in the death of others. Now, this is an extreme case, but the fact is a lot of people are hurting themselves and harassing others and just generally being poor members of society in the name of trying to be wacky, crazy, weird, shocky, tacticky, entertaining on YouTube. Because they're hoping to go viral as people are like, oh my god, I can't believe they did this thing. You gotta see this thing this guy did. And I'm not criticizing the folks that react this way to videos, because God knows I've done it. It's human condition. When we see something generally shocking, we tend to want to make sure other people see it so we can get some kind of confirmation that yes, it is in fact shocking and oh my god, validation of our own reaction. So let's go ahead and lay that out, folks. I'm in no way, once again, saying that audience members are at fault for anything. The fault lies completely in those people who decide to do these things when they are pre-planned specifically for an attempt to manipulate and maximize view counts and thus potential monetization. Now, with that said, going forward, we're going to clarify a little bit more about Roulette Productions, what we stand for, and specifically, therefore, what you will not see us do on this channel. Because the simple fact is, as of right now, this channel is not monetized. This channel is more a way for us to do things to kind of just build up a little bit of a fan base in general, as both my partner and we are attempting to make a go at being classic writers. I do have the one book that is available through Amazon. I am working at, unfortunately, a bit of a snail's pace these days, but I am working at a second novel coming out. It's just a thing. I want to make it as good as possible because it is a project that I do have a lot of passion for. It's an idea that I've been living with for years now, and I want to give it its best effort to be entertaining to people. But that's kind of the whole point, is we never sat there and were like, hey, our plan is to, within, so many years, be not just monetized and on YouTube, but have so many viewers on each video that neither one of us has to work any kind of day job for a living anymore. I mean, honestly, I'm not going to say that we're never going to monetize our channel. I'll be honest. Yeah, if we start getting, thousands of views on each video and, tens of thousands of subscribers, yeah, we get those kind of numbers up, there will be a discussion about monetization because, hey, even if it's just enough money to help fund things like professional book covers and stuff being made for other projects, it helps. So, first things first, let's lay that out. We are not in any way trying to build up a rapid fan base. We are not trying to be e-celebs. Which brings us into the first thing I'm going to discuss. First of all, even if we get hundreds of thousands of views, if not millions of views per video, even if we become a cornerstone channel of YouTube, my partner, James, and I, as, David here, are not going to refer to ourselves as e-celebrities. And we are definitely 100% never, ever, ever going to refer to ourselves as influencers. You're never going to see that on our channel. You're never going to sit there and hear us say, "Hi, I'm David Horton, YouTube influencer." Except, of course, in jesting fashion like that, because I don't like the term. I don't like the implication it has that I am encouraging people to see me as a role model and somebody to mimic. Now, I'm not necessarily a bad person. I've never been to prison. Never, for justifiable reasons, gotten my butt kicked in public by other people. I generally try not to disturb and disrupt and ruin other people's lives. On the other hand, well, it's like this. Not exactly greatest person in the world either. I'm just a guy trying to struggle through. That's really not something. Nobody needs to be sitting there and going, I want to be like Bardick, I want to be that guy. And that's the thing. Like, I tell people, I'm like, look, you can like me, you want to hang out with me, you want to chat with me, but no, I don't think anybody should try to live the life I've lived. And I'm going to say that even if, as I said, I find more money and success than I could ever have imagined possible, because it's everybody's different, everybody's unique. They should have their own view of the world. So no, you're never going to hear us seriously refer to ourselves as influencers. I may concede, if you look at all my work as a whole, the articles on rouletteproductions.com, get my hands here. I'm going to do hand movements, so let's make sure they're on camera. But yeah, the written articles on rouletteproductions.com, the videos here on YouTube, the written novels, it'll be like us over here, all that together. If you add all that up as one big package, fine. I'll concede on that level because it is various mediums, various genres, fiction, non-fiction, potentially edutainment, depending on how much history breakdowns we get into on the channel. I'll give content creator on that, but I'm not going to throw that phrase around too often, and I'm not going to use it to refer to some sort of highfalutin, artsy, occupational job title. It's like, well, I create various forms of content. Oh, so you're a content creator. Yeah, you could put it that way. I usually just say I'm a creator. I make stuff. So, yeah. No influencer, no e-celeb. Possibly content creator, but not in a major, hyped up way. Just as a, shorthand way of saying creator of various forms of content. So, Now, to get into a little more serious stuff. And again, I will say, even though I am doing this by myself, I did speak with my co-owner of the channel and our linked website. And even though I pretty much knew all this stuff going forward, wanted to make it official, get the most updated information from his brain. His brain. Not just my brain, but his brain. There is brain over here, and there is brain here. And both are working together in harmony. So, on this one instance, I can say on these things real quick that we're going to bust out right now, I am speaking on his behalf. Because we compiled this list together earlier today of topics we're not going to discuss. You know. Now, and again, I've got this written in notes, so it's going to look like I'm not paying attention to you necessarily, because I am going to be reading from my notes on screen. I promise, I'm not trying to just deadpan and bore you. Alright, we are not going to be discussing straight up our political opinions and affiliations, especially in swearing loyalty to a given candidate or party. Definitely not in an emotional rant style. We may, in quick passing, as part of establishing context of a greater point, touch on individual issues of, well, yeah, I do believe education is important and we should make sure, schools are well funded. But as far as and that's why I vote this particular party, no, we're not going to go that far, because this is not a political channel. And simply put, when you talk politics, you're inherently going to upset, because people take their politics very seriously. And again, that is not a condemnation or judgment against that particular perspective. Just saying we acknowledge, because people take their politics and their party loyalties very seriously, and we do not want to antagonize people for anything but opinions that we ourselves are very serious about and are willing to fight and die on the hill over, as the phrase goes. We're just not going to do it. We're not going to discuss, oh yeah, in this election I voted for this party because, they're the party of the future. We're not going to discuss, well, I'm never going to vote for this candidate because he's a horrible, hell spawn trying to ruin our future and destroy our children's hopes and dreams. No, we're not going to be those people. Ever. When we talk politics, it is going to be in a sense of, look, we're going to talk history. In our previous podcast era, we did discussions on things that are actually in the Constitution, in fact, quoting directly from the Constitution, as well as the Declaration of Independence a little bit. We will do things like that. Political history we will discuss, because it is facts. Facts. That is what we're going to do when it comes to politics. We will say, okay, the Constitution says this and this. This is the specific amendment that touches on this. It was passed in this year. So this is how long that's been a part of the Constitution. So that's just it. Poly history, yes. Poly opinions, not so much. It's just safer for everybody that way, because we don't want to divide our audience. We don't want to drive our audience away. We want everybody to, as I often say at the close of my regular episodes, have constructive discussions. So, next up, picking up on a subject that is very near and dear to both our hearts and hopefully a lot of our audience. Choop. Again, I just got droopy glasses. I'm going to apologize, folks. I'm probably going to keep doing that over and over again. But, topic near and dear to both our hearts and hopefully a lot of our audience, and that is wrestling. Now, we will discuss wrestling history, as I have already done in previous episodes of the Friday Ramblings. We will make passing references to, oh yeah, I always like that particular, pay-per-view, or yeah, that promotion's just not my personal style. But again, much like the politics, we'll make passing references to our opinions in a contextual sense. But we are not going to sit there and get into, oh, this show is horrible from top to bottom, and this whole promotion should go out of business, and this guy's the worst wrestler in the world, and I'm going to spend the next 30 minutes discussing why I hate him. No, it's not our style. Now again, on the positive flip side of that, yeah, we may, sit there and be like, hey, I always like this pay-per-view. Here's a quick breakdown of why. Well, they had this match for the Intercontinental title, and it was a wonderful match. It had a couple of my favorite wrestlers. They had enough time to, really get going and tear through things. That's fine. But you're not going to hear us say things like, oh, Vince is senile and he should just retire and he's lost complete concept of the business, and oh, AEW's run by a bunch of clowns and they're just, and they're a little money mark guy, and Ring of Honor doesn't have anybody worth watching anymore. They've all signed with better companies. But also, on the flip side of that, because it is pretty much the same concept, we're not going to be sitting there and worshiping at the altar of New Japan Pro Wrestling. We don't have anything against New Japan Pro Wrestling, but we simply don't have religious fervor towards any given promotion. And we're not going to defend it with every little solitary final atom of our soul, everything that any given promotion does. Just not going to do it. We're not those people. So, yes, when it comes to wrestling, we're not going to pretend we're super experts and minutely break down move by move individual matches and use that to justify incredibly emotional opinions. No. Now, this same basic idea, sure I got my right windows here. This same basic idea of we are not going to sit there and discuss things that will get into choosing sides and drawing lines in the sand will apply to comic book analysis, because that is something that both of us enjoy. We're not going to say, oh, this is a great title because they make these wonderful political statements, and oh, it's so woke. This title is just, it is the most, feminist movement supporting title in the world, so everybody should read it. Nah, we don't do that. I'm sorry. And it's not that we don't support those ideas. I have nothing against anything. But we read comics as we want something to entertain ourselves. Real quick example. I have been absolutely enamored with the Immortal Hulk series since issue 1 came out. Whew, pardon me, sinuses this time. Instead of the glasses. I did a written article discussing the first few issues of Immortal Hulk that you can read on rouletteproductions.com. Cheap plug. Pluggy, pluggy, pluggy. Cheapy, cheapy, cheapy. You want a little cheapy plug? I got a little cheapy plug. Yeah, I will go there, though. I will go there plenty of times on this show, because it amuses me to do that. But yeah, I really enjoy the title. Every issue I continue to enjoy it. But it's not because I see some grand, philosophical, social conscious metaphor in it. I just love what they're doing with the Hulk character and the Hulk concept and the many gamma-powered characters, supporting casts that has sprung up over the years, as well as a few characters created for the Immortal Hulk series that continue to be a wonderful part of this new mythos. That's what I like about it, is the story. And that's what we're always going to focus on when we discuss comics. Is it a good story to read? Does it positively add to the mythos? You know? That's what you're going to get from us. Because that's a good thing. And that's what we're here for. We're two old schmucks. We're not on the pulse of today's teen voice. I can't tell you in 2020 if your average 15-year-old female is enamored with. Hell, I couldn't tell you what a 15-year-old female was enamored with when I was a 15-year-old male. Sorry, wasn't that slick. And they sure weren't enamored with me. That's the only thing I knew for sure. But, hey, you know what? I got one girl that's enamored with me now, and that's all I need in life. You know what? As I said, I'm an old schmuck. I'm not looking to be a player. I just need one good woman. And that is love. And that is awesome. And that's what I'm looking for in my comics. Just something that's got that one great, awesome element. A wonderful story that makes me want to read the next issue. Because comics, like all my fiction that I read, my manga over here, I guess you can't really see it on this view, but I got my manga, I got my novels, both relatively modern. I got a nice little slow but steady growing classic lit collection. Seriously, on that note, folks, if you have never read The Picture of Dorian Gray, I recommend it. It is a novella, so it's not a huge long read, but you know, it does get a little slow in parts because it does tend to touch a lot on the people that Dorian Gray interacts with socially, even though they only appear in that one particular chapter. But we're going to spend half the chapter discussing them. It's just the way he writes. It's just the nature of the author and a lot of the literature of the time. It's world building in a sense, but it is a very entertaining story on the sense of psychology and how a person just slowly breaks down over time and hits rock bottom on a mental level. And the final imagery there that he paints with his words is just brilliant. It's the image just is so clear in your head, and it's a wonderful, creepy image to end a story on. So, you know, check that out. I've read it a couple times now, so. But that's it. You know, we're not really going to get into on any form of entertainment, let alone directly skipping the entertainment and just going to flat out. We're not going to discuss politics and social justice, scale, point awarding. We're not going to reward stuff for taking a certain, you know, sexual equality stance. You know, we may mention in passing, oh yes, this movie is, you know, a movie that, you know, has female empowerment as a subplot, and it's, you know, but it is a subplot to the greater rom-com sense, and it works out very well because, you know, it's all entertaining, and you kind of forget some of that parts at time, which is how it should be. Because it's entertainment. Now, on that note, slipping away from what we are not going to discuss is things we are not going to do. You are not going to see pranks that are often not pranks, just people being, well, jackasses. You know, Jackass was the MTV show that made this kind of stuff famous, where, oh, we call it pranks and practical jokes, but we're really just being mean to each other. You're not going to see that. Neither one of us are into it. You know, I'm kind of klutzy. I scratch and hurt myself up enough just being me. I'm not going to do it on camera for laughs intentionally. My health insurance isn't that good. Plus, I really don't like hospitals. I mean, I really, really do not like hospitals. It's not a phobia, but it is just... It's just places I try... It's just a place I really try to avoid. We are not going to even do... On that same note, we're not going to do self-induced dangerous stunts. You know, you're not going to see me jumping off the roof of my apartment building. I don't care. I don't care how big the leaf pile is. I don't care how many views you promise me. I'm not going to be that person. I wasn't that person when I was a teenager. I was going through my, there's not going to be any consequences to my behavior. I'm invincible mindset. I didn't even do that stuff back then, so why would I do it now? When I know I'm going to hurt the next day. You are not going to see food reviews, especially live on camera eating. Now, for the channels that do that, that's fine. It's not my personal cup of tea. That's why we're not going to do them. You know? Again, I may say in passing, like, oh yeah, you know, it's a great holiday. There's always, you know, this and this going on. You know, great food. I love me some pumpkin pie. I do love me some pumpkin pie. But no, I'm not going to do like live on camera reviews of different major grocery store brand pumpkin pies. Because that's just not what we're comfortable doing on this channel. And frankly, the idea of eating on camera kind of makes me feel awkward and nervous. Like, you know, when I eat, there is some comfort to it. I do take a lot of psychological comfort in having a really good meal that appeals to my personal tastes. It's a quiet little moment for me, especially when it's food I make for myself. Because, hey, I made something that tastes great. You know, that's something for me. It's not for the world. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to say you people haven't earned the right to know what I think, and that's just it. I'll tell you what I think. But I'm not going to try to devour an entire large frozen pizza on camera. I don't care how good it is. It's not who I am. It's not my style. My meals are for me, and my family and close friends that I choose to share them with. If that's the occasion. Because that's what it's for. It's for live interaction. Now, on that front, as you know, my Friday ramblings, which are my variant of a vlog. We do film them from my home, where I sit here comfortably and discuss with you. We're not going to do me holding my little GoPro and driving down the road on a busy highway discussing how excited I am to be going to this thing. You know, we're We're not going to be doing play-by-play, minute-by-minute peeks into my personal life. I can tell you James isn't going to do that. His personal life is his personal life. Mine is my personal life. And I'm sure not going to, create staged, phony personal life misadventures to make mine seem more interesting than it is. Let's go ahead and get that out the way, folks. I hate to break it to you, but whether it's internet content or network TV, reality shows, if it seems way too interesting to be something that would ever happen in your life, I can guarantee it's staged and scripted. I've got a phrase I've been using since the whole reality thing kicked off, when it was just Big Brother and Survivor. And that is, reality TV is an oxymoron. So you're not going to see any amateur reality TV moments here. Now, I'm not saying I'm never going to do like a little, hey, let's get out of my office thing here. I mean, I might do a, little, hey, quick, tour of the apartment. Like, hey, show people my video game layout, my living room. I mean, maybe a quick little, hey, I've been to this particular wrestling show. I'm not driving. I'm in my hotel room. Here's a quick little live recap from the same, well, not live, because I would be taping during the show, and I'm not going to do that because it's just too distracting, and I want to enjoy the moment. But yeah, I might do like, hey, same night recaps from the road. But again, it's not going to be while I'm driving, or even while the person I'm in the car with is driving, because that is highly distracting, and it feels unsafe to me. I've been in car wrecks in my life, both as a driver and a rider. I know how easily they can happen. As a driver and a rider, I've had some near car crash incidents. I'm not going to say near misses, because that is a horrible phrase. If it's a near miss, it's a hit. And if it's a hit, then it's a car crash. Like you said, it just drives me insane when people say that. Like, oh, I had a near miss incident. No, you missed the guy. It's either you miss or it's hit. There's no such thing as like degrees of missing. You didn't half miss somebody. You either missed them or you didn't. And if you didn't miss them, you hit them. If you want to say, well, yeah, I missed the guy, and frankly, I don't know how I missed him, because, I was sure in the moment I was gonna hit him. Yeah, say that. No. This, well, that's what the phrase near miss is short for. No. Near miss is not short for anything, because near miss is a contradiction of terms. Near miss is a hit. If you didn't hit him, you missed him. Now, yeah, that is something you will see on this channel. You will hear me bust on language and stupid idioms. Because I'm sorry. I may not be a highly financially successful or popular writer. Maybe one day, I admit, that is a dream of mine. But as somebody who feels that the written word is highly important, I also feel that the written word should be highly precise. So phrases that just have no inherent logic to them, no, I don't know. It hurts me. It makes my brain sad. Look, my brain's frowning. Frowny frown. Sad brain. Don't give me any of this second, third definition crap. Don't give me any of this, oh, Merriam-Webster updated this year to include it. It's official. We can say it now. No. No. I don't care. Merriam-Webster sold out. They sold out years ago. Forget them. I'm mad at them. Because they'll put any nonsense in there now if it gets people to buy their dictionaries. They're sellouts. They do it for the money. Screw them. On you, Merriam-Webster. Now, in general, I will say that, as a final wrap-up to this stuff you will not see on the channel. Because let me see, let me go through this. We're not going to do stupid stunts. We're not going to get super political. We're not going to get crazy ranty and emotional, discussing what we do and don't like. We're not going to do food reviews. We're not going to film while we are in moving vehicles, whether we are the driver or not. Generally, we're going to try to keep our content all ages friendly. I mean, as all ages friendly as some of these inherent topics can be, because yes, we are going to talk about, like, you know, things that may be excessively violent, may be inherently sexual in nature. But we are going to try to use the language that could be used on television. Now, again, in my personal life, yeah, I may cuss. But I try not to do it on these vlogs. Or if I do, I try to use it very, very sparingly so that when I do use it, it does serve the purpose of creating emphasis on my point. I'm not going to just throw around curse words, just throw around curse words. I went through that phase when I was younger. I grew out of it. I'm sorry, if you're watching this channel, hoping to see some 22-year-old just acting like a twit for your amusement, you're on the wrong channel. Let's go ahead and address that. Let's get you onto the channel where you're going to find that content. One of my favorite YouTube channels is Cinemassacre, hosted by the wonderful James Rolfe. And a while back, he did a video discussing why his nerd episodes were taking longer to come out. One of the things he talked about was he's a father now, and he's just not comfortable having that character, which is very angry and profane, just recording that kind of dialogue when his daughter is around and in hearing range, because that's not something that is for her age group, and it's not something that as a father he's comfortable using in front of his child, even as a it's just in character, daddy's playing kind of thing. It's like, no, she does not need to be exposed to that kind of language at her age, and as a father he has the right to say that, and he certainly, you know, is making it work for him. And I salute him for that. When I saw that part of the video, I'm like, dude, that's a great stance to take. Like, you know, he's... And that, even though I don't have children, and there's no children around when I'm filming, in general, that's our stance. That, you know, no matter what we talk about, we want to make it as all ages friendly as possible, so that even if younger people do come across our videos, they are going to feel like their parents would not let them object to them viewing the subject. By and large, they're not going to hear a bunch of stuff coming from myself or my partner where we're just using horrible, offensive, profane language. Now, I'm not the most politically correct person in the world. I may say something that some people might think is a little sexist. If I do, feel free to contact me in private and we can discuss it, because I guarantee you that wasn't my intent. No matter what subject it is, I'm going to go ahead and lay that out. It is never my intent. I just, this is all stuff off the cuff, and, what I consider acceptable may not be acceptable to everybody. And, live and learn, grow and be better. So, I think that's pretty much it. This wasn't the most educational on a pop culture note episode we've ever done. This wasn't the most entertaining top to bottom one, but as with a lot of stuff we do here, I do like to go ahead and make things official. Like to lay things out. So if nothing else, if somebody sits there later and says, oh, why don't you do like some, food reviews, man? Like, I'd really like to see you, try the different brand, all the different major chains pepperoni pizzas. I'd be like, well, watch this video. Short version is we don't do food reviews. If you want to know why and hear the long version of that, consult this video. Here, I'll even give you the timestamp link for it. It's a reference source for the future, because my plan currently is to still be doing this throughout the rest of the calendar year. This is our second video of 2020. So, we're going to go ahead and lay out the battle plan for the rest of 2020, because I want to make sure everybody that's joining me on this journey knows exactly what kind of map I'm consulting and what kind of direction we're going in. I'm hoping it's going to be the promised land. I'm hoping it's going to be a fun ride. Next week we'll do something entertaining. But yeah, as I said, this morning I came across some information. It was a news story. Guy and his wife. I'm not going to give specific names because, frankly put, I don't want to give the story any more attention than it already has been. On a, oh my God, let's check this person out. Let's check out their social media. See what kind of people they are. No, because the whole point was they were so desperate for attention. They did something extremely, extremely stupid involving firearms. And, as somebody that does not use firearms because they are they are something that requires a lot of care when handling. And my partner is a former veteran. Oh, I forgot that. I'm going to throw this out real quick. I should have mentioned it earlier. It was on the notes. I quit pulling the notes up, quit double checking them. My partner is a veteran. He will not be discussing personal war stories on this channel. He is more than happy to discuss the history of war, old battleships, how we got from, this style of weaponry to this style of weaponry over the course of a few decades. Specific, hey, let's talk about this famous battleship and why it's famous. Yeah, that stuff he'll talk about, but his personal experiences are a no-no for public consumption. And I respect that, and I'm never ever going to pressure him to change that policy. Because they're his personal experiences, and, that's his right, and that's his freedom. To say, no, I'm not going to put them out there. But yeah, as I'm saying, on that front, he has experience handling firearms. Neither of us are inherently anti-firearm, but we do believe that, yeah, they need to be handled with intelligence and respect. And these two people did not do that, and now one of them is dead. All in the name of trying to produce a video that would drive up their view count in a major way. And hearing that just put me on this path today. I really have not been able to think of anything else. And I just want to lay it out for you and assure you, You're never going to see that kind of stuff on this channel. It's never, ever going to be a consideration for us. Because we're going to keep it real. And we're going to keep it simple. Like us. Love us. Be bored by us. It's your right. But we're going to be here. We're going to talk about pop culture in a positive, constructive, sometimes historical and educational sense. Because we want to grow the community in a positive direction. Not our fan community, the community of fandom. No matter what your fandom is, be a positive contributor to it. Be sane, be rational, be constructive. Come at it with love, even if somebody disagrees with you. Because that's what I wish for in 2020. For all of us to have disagreeing opinions, but to not feel that's a reason to fight and to take personal pot shots against each other. So with that, I'm signing off with the push of a button, and I'll see you next Friday.